Hola,
nosotras somos
Lilies Among Thorns. Welcome back, friends, to
Hello,
another
guys.
episode. Today, our topic is
What's going to be our topic today, Julie?
modesty.
And I love your shirt. The pink looks so cute. I think that's a good feminine color for modesty.
Fran's new shirt.
We're matching
cute.
a little bit.
Fran is like, should we tell them? We're just doing all of these all together.
I know. Can you guys tell?
Can you guys tell? We just recorded so many episodes back to back.
But it's like we're just hanging out, talking. Like it's so fun. It's fun.
We yapped for like, how long did Justin say? Like an hour and what?
We've been recording for almost 4 hours already.
We finished a podcast right now and we asked him how long did we record for? And he's like, an hour and I don't know how many minutes. And we looked at each other and we laughed because it didn't feel that long.
Yeah,
it felt like 30 minutes. It felt like that's just how much we yap, you guys. And then I told Fran on the way here, I'm like, Fran, it's so crazy because if we had like if people could record our phone calls, that would be a podcast. Like those are the podcasts you want to listen to, the phone calls, not this one.
But I feel like it's good too because we're getting looser like as we go. Because now it's like, okay, we're catching the
rhythm. We're just catching the rhythm. The other one. No, because I told Fran right now, I'm like, I was looking at the wrong camera the whole time because we changed our cameras. And the other episode, the one of 2 hours, I was looking where I was talking about my ex. I was looking at the other camera and I was trying to look directly at his face. And I was like, I'm looking at I'm side-eyeing the whole time. So I was looking at the wrong camera the whole time. Funny. I don't know which one to look at.
Ya no estamos tiesas. We feel better now.
This is our element now. This is our home. I felt like maybe the studio was scary at first.
Oh,
like coming to the studio was scary and
it's been a while too.
It's been a while, but we're back and we feel good. It's been hours.
I feel good this episode. I don't know. I feel like this is going to be a good episode. I'm excited.
Okay.
So yes, today's
Let's start our topic. Frank's gonna tell us.
Yes, is modesty. And like I said, I was like, I feel like that's like a perfect color, feminine blush color. Okay. So today's quote is from St. Francis de Sales. And his quote is, modesty is the flower of manners and chastity is the fruit of flower. Of that flower. Wait, let me do it one more time. Sorry.
Okay, go ahead.
The quote, today's quote is from St. Francis de Sales. And his quote is, modesty is the flower of manner and chastity is the fruit of that flower.
Oh, I love it. I love St. Francis de Sales. He's such a good writer too. Like if you haven't read his books.
I haven't read
Introduction to a Devout Life. I recommend, highly recommend. Good book. A great scene. I love St. Francis de Sales because I've always said this before. Like I cannot wait to get to heaven. If I ever get to heaven, I'm gonna run to St. Francis de Sales and I'm gonna rub his bald head because he has a bald spot and I'm gonna be like, you are so gangster. Like, ay no que no me aguanta, o sea, no me aguanta. St. Francis de Sales era como yo enojón, a choleric. Dicen, que era bien.
There were a lot of saints that were like hotheads, huh?
Se atacaban. Saint Jerome se atacaba mucho también.
Oh, yeah. He was.
Le daba miedo ir la gente con él a confesarse. O sea, se indignaba mucho. But that's okay because there's other people with personalities like mine and it's good to have a saint where you're like, how did you do it? How did you overcome this? How did you, what did you do in these times? But friends, why do we veil?
Yes.
Fran, why do you veil? I want to know. Like, tell us like what kind of veil is your favorite kind of veil? Like what drew you? What do you like? What colors do you like and all that kind of stuff? Yeah.
Okay. So let's start with veils and then we'll move into like what modesty means for us. And but I think veiling is good. Yeah. Okay. So the reason I started veiling, I don't know, a couple of months ago. And it was because I read it in the Bible. I was reading my Bible and it said that women should cover their heads. And then that's when I was like, I saw that in the Bible. I'm reading it and I'm like,
why haven't I done it?
Yeah, I'm like, okay, that makes sense. That makes sense why I see Catholic women veiling. And it's not just like people still do it to this day. It's not just like this outdated thing. Like it says in the Bible to do so. So then I was like, I don't know. I still just feel kind of weird at Mass. Like I don't really see other people veiling. And then I started getting into more of my faith and stuff. So I decided to start veiling. And it was honestly, truly, because I saw it in the Bible. It said to do so in the Bible. And I was really trying to grow my faith. I was researching like why women should veil, or, you know, what are the fruits of veiling, or what is the meaning of veiling. So I think I veil because I saw this too. It's like everything. And I don't consider like, I don't want to say like, oh, I'm this holy person. No, I don't consider myself that, but we veil things in the Mass that are holy. We veil the chalice, right? We veil things that are things that are holy or should be veiled because they are beauty, right? So as women, I believe that God, one of his best creations is women, and we're called to be holy and called to be pure. And I think we should be veiled because we are holy, but also because I feel like it shows reverence and humbleness. Like you think about it, like you don't veil like to like go to the grocery store. You don't veil to like go do normal everyday things. But I veil because I know that our Lord is truly present in the Eucharist, and I want to show reverence. And because I believe in the Eucharist and because I believe in the true presence, I want to humble myself as much as I can to be in his presence. And then also to feel like it's just kind of me and him. Yeah. It's me and him at Mass. Like it's like no one in my peripheral that I can see. It's just me and him. My veil kind of helps me to like tune everything out around me. And I wear a mantilla. So I wear a mantilla, just a lace one, white for now, black hopefully next year. But so I wear a mantilla for now.
Where was the first time you veiled? Like when? Like was that a Novus Ordo parish?
Novus Ordo, yeah.
Were you the only one? How was that experience?
No, all the señoras were veiling. No one my age was veiling, but
do you feel like you got looks like una muchachita?
I don't know. I didn't really pay attention. At first, I was really like intimidated. Nervous. Yeah, I was really intimidated. Like people are gonna think I look weird. Like I don't know. Like
what advice do you have somebody who feels that way, like nervous?
Just do it. Just do it. Like there's humbleness in doing it, and if you're nervous about doing it, like I promise you, like even if people do say like, "Oh, what is she doing?" but it exposes other people to like, why is she veiling? Why is she in her early 20s and why is she veiling? Like if you can open up other people's eyes of like, okay, why is she veiling? But also understand the meaning of like why you veil. Understand that we're holy, that we're called to be holy, and that women are called to be holy as well. But also to understand the reverence in the Eucharist and the reverence in the Mass. And again, it's a way of like humbling ourselves before the Lord. So if you feel maybe scared or like you don't know if you should do it, like just do it. Just do it. Maybe you inspire someone else to veil. You feel like you can tune out the noise in the Mass or wherever, and like it's just you and him. But just do it. Do it. And if you feel scared, just go ahead and go for it and just go from there.
Oh, I love that.
What do you veil?
Yes. I started veiling because I watched the video on veiling and I was like, oh, I gotta veil. But I also knew that's when I was starting to learn about Latin Mass, but I only went to Novus Ordo parish and nobody veiled, like not even the viejitas. So
really?
Nobody. I would see like one occasionally, but se ponía un rebozo, you know? So it's not like I ever saw like, oh, somebody's veiling. No. So I'm like, pues yo soy una atrevida. Déjame ordeno unas en Amazon. Y pues ya me puse a investigar. Me compré una de $8. I feel like that's the same veil everybody gets.
Wait, I'm sorry. Now that you say that, I actually, the first time I wore a veil, I totally got this wrong. The first time I wore a veil was because I went to the Latin Mass. Now I remember. I don't know where I was going with that, but I did start veiling at a Novus Ordo. Sorry, I'm going to let you speak right now. I just needed to get it out before
I'm going to let you finish.
No, before I forget, I got a veil because I'm thinking about like, oh, you got your first veil. I was like, when did I get my first veil? Yeah. And I got it at like a religious store, and it was because I was going to a Latin Mass and I knew that everyone veiled there. So I was like, okay, I need a veil. Yeah. So then I went to a Latin Mass and then I kept it on. But sorry, keep going.
I love that. So, ¿dónde estaba? Oh, soy una atrevida. So, you know me, friends. I went to go buy one. I bought like 3 because I got one from my mom and my sister. And then I'm like, my mom is like Fran. Like, she's scared. Like, que la van a mirar. So she was intimidated. She was embarrassed, okay? And I'm like, no, we got to do it. We got to do it because I'm the opposite, friends. And I made a video about this. I'm like, I love attention. I was not struggling of like, who's gonna see me, quién me va a ver, qué dirán. I love all that, friends. Mírenme, a mí me gusta la fama mala o buena, lo que caiga. Me gusta que me vean. But I'm being honest. It didn't start off like, oh, I'm a humble girl or a humble journey. Like, no, it didn't start like that at all. It's because I need to be quiet laughing. ¿De qué te ríes, Fran? ¿Me huele la boca o qué?
No, you're funny,
Ay,
Julie.
se me olvidó decir eso. Se me están viniendo muchas cosas a la cabeza that I needed to say in the other podcast. I'm just thinking about now.
No, you're just funny, Julie. Because you're like, no, it wasn't that for me. I was not humble. Like, you're just funny.
Uy, es que, pues como saben.
And I'm not saying I'm humble. I wasn't humble. I just wanted to. We're just different. You're so funny, Julie.
Me humillas, ya no hay piso para que me arrastres porque ya no queda más. Humíllame. She's looking down at me. She's like, we're different.
No, I'm not.
I know. No me aguanto. Okay, so yo llegué, thank you. Yo llegué bien carísima de París allá a la iglesia, que todas me miraran. No, pues llegué y se me caía el velo, Fran. Como a todas, pues, typical sliding off and stuff like that. Pero yo iba bien de velo y con pants skinny jeans.
Were your chichis up?
You're exposing me. Like, I was like...
No, you were trying,
I
Julie.
I was modern. From the shoulder down, but from the shoulder up, I was traditional. Okay, I gotta tell you. So I remember I have a video from my Snapchat memory and it's me like in a leopard shirt and like my skinny jeans and then my gold veil on. And that's how I was pulling up to Novos Ordo. Y yo me creía la más superior de todas. No, I didn't think that, no, but I did like going and like I liked when people would look at me because I knew where people were looking at. You know how when you know people look at you? Mm-hmm. Así yo entraba con mis taconazos y yo decía, pues me está viendo todo el mundo. Yo soy la protagonista, claro que sí. So that was me, friends, but it wasn't a humble start. And I think once I started to learn more and I went to Latin Mass and I saw other girls veiling, I'm like, oh no, they're outdoing me, okay? Because homegirl does not have a lace veil. She has a scarf on. I need a scarf. Where do I find the scarf? This girl's veil is sparkly. Why don't I have a sparkly veil? Let me get one. So then there I go. And my dad was like, what are you doing? You're buying all these veils. I'm like, yes, I am. You know it because you work. And then, so I got a bunch of veils. Or like I ordered like so many veils y luego ya después me enojé porque luego encontré otro lugar donde están más baratos y me hicieron tranza. Me hicieron tranza con los velos. A mí me hacen tranza con lo que sea. But then I was like, okay, Julie, let me get in that mode because once you start going to Latin Mass, you know how everybody's veiling.
Yeah, everyone veils.
I'm like, okay, well, no, lo tengo que hacer por Dios porque esas muchachas sí vienen con la mente bien. Y yo, pues, como una mente como yo, pues, no. And I feel like a lot of girls, they probably feel the same way that I do. They just don't say it, right? Because a lot of us don't have that, oh, I'm scared to veil. No, a lot of us have, I want to veil. I want people to look at me because for different reasons. Mine wasn't because look at me, I'm so holy. Mine was just like, I wanted you to look at me. Like, look at my face. Remember my face. But you can veil for different reasons, right? Mm-hmm. Like to inflate your pride, your ego, whatever it is. Like you're doing it for different reasons. So it's important that we find humility. Like you said, it can either be humility because you're nervous, you're shy to veil, you're scared, or you're like me. You're crazy in your head. You just want stares. You want to fill up some validation, you know? And we gotta be real because if no one's being real, then I'm gonna tell you guys. La Fran me ve y me dice, ay, Julie, ¿dónde voy a sacar esta amiga loca? But it's true. It's true. Or what do you think, Fran? ¿Estoy en error?
No, yeah, but no, but you're being honest. But you're admitting that it's wrong.
Because, like, friends, la modesty isn't about how you dress. It's about how you dress, but it's about your comportment, your behavior. Cómo tienes el alma.
Yeah,
Lo tienes cochino, entonces no tienes modestia en tu alma, no tienes modestia en tu ser, tu manera de ser, tu modo.
Yeah.
¿Verdad? Yo tengo un modo bien feo. Fran, right? I'm trying to be honest.
No, it's just the way you talk. You're just so funny. You're like flaming yourself right now.
Like a hot Cheeto. Like a puff Cheeto.
Like this whole episode, you're like flaming yourself. You're so funny, Julie. Yo tengo el comportamiento bien feo. Looks at me.
Porque tú tienes un modo bien bonito. Every time I talk to Fran, I always tell her, like, tienes un modo bien bonito, Fran.
No, but you too. You too.
Es que Fran me ve con ojos amor. Pero les digo que tengo un modo bien feo porque no tengo modestia en cómo me comporto. Like, no tengo prudencia, es la palabra.
Yeah.
Pero no tengo I'm not temperate. Is that the word? I don't have temperance.
No, me too. And I don't want to act here like, yeah, you see us like laughing and everything, but like, guys, I struggle. I think that's the biggest thing I struggle with is like my temperance. And I have to remember I can't preach modesty, which yes, it's very important to dress modest and everything. And especially like at the gym too. I want to preface this for girls that go to the gym. Mm-hmm. I fell for the lie. Just because you're in the gym, you don't need to be modest. This is normal stuff you need to wear. This is normal. Yeah. Yes, it can be more comfortable. I'll give you that. It can be more comfortable. And I can't wait for when Emmanuel and I are married and we can have a home gym and I can wear whatever the heck I want because it doesn't matter then. But when you're in the gym, remember that you still need to keep your modesty. Modesty does not leave because of the location that you're in. So I have to remember, like, yes, I cannot preach modesty. Go on my page and preach modesty when I get mad and I yell at Emmanuel. When I get mad because someone cut me off. Yeah. I can't get mad and I start crashing out because of this. Eso también es la modestia. Yeah. That is modesty as well. And I think sometimes a lot of people overlook it. You know what? One time, my priest actually told me this cuando me confesé con él. I told him that I think I like crashed out on Emmanuel or something. Pobre Emmanuel. I feel like sometimes I always say like I always crash out on him. Guys, I promise I love him. Nos tratamos bien. I'm just crazy sometimes. But I think I had confessed that like le dije algo, like I crashed out, and the priest was like, okay, well, again referring to Mother Mary, he always brings up Mother Mary in all of my confessions, and he's like, that says a lot about my confessions, but he was like, okay, well, you need to eat, ask for the intercession of Our Lady. He was like, think of it like this: how did Our Lady, ella cómo se comportó and how did she treat Saint Joseph when they lost our Lord for 3 days in the temple? Was she yelling at him? Where's Jesus? Where's our kid? Where is he? Like, no. Can you imagine Our Lady being like that? I know. So now I'm thinking about it now, like ever since he told me that, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to control my temper. I need to control the way I react. And maybe a lot of people, obviously we're not husband and wife yet, but maybe a lot of people that are married here can relate to like the way you treat your husbands or husbands, how they treat their wives too. Like, this is your person. También tener temperance with your friends, with what you encourage them to do. That's modesty too. What you encourage them to do.
What you're liking on social media. Are you liking immodest things? Yeah. Encouraging it, enabling it in any kind of way, right? Yeah. Modesty también para mí is because when I came back to the faith, to the Latin Mass and stuff like that, I was dressing modest for church, but I wasn't dressing modest for my outside life. So I was going to Latin Mass, but dang, when I was going out with my friends, era otra cosa. Era otra persona. And so this one guy, let me tell you what this one guy told me. This is how I changed my view. Because after that, when I started to shop, I started to shop and I would say, Mother Mary and Saint Mary Magdalene, please dress me, pick my outfits for me. So when I shop, it's like, no, I need to make the choice of what I'm going to wear with Mother Mary in my head, with the heart of Saint Mary Magdalene. Like, how would she changed her ways so drastically. Like, I want to change my ways so drastically. So for me, this guy told me, because friends, I started off my Latin Mass journey and all that kind of stuff, and like I was going to Latin Mass, but I still had like ugly, like immodest pictures of me on Instagram, like horrible things. And are you okay?
Sorry, yeah, my throat is just itchy.
At this time, I'm starting to try to mingle with the Catholic people, right? I'm trying to make Catholic friends. So I found this guy. His mom was going to the Latin Mass where I was going to, and he's like, I looked at your pictures and I wanted, this was on the phone, right? And I knew where he was going. But
wait, he called you?
Yeah. I knew where this was going, but I never heard it, or like he didn't, maybe God just put him in my path so he could tell me this, right? Because he's like, look, you are starting to go to land mass now, right? And I'm assuming you want a good husband, a traditional husband. You want to stay home, right? You want to be a stay-at-home wife, take care of your kids, right? I'm like, yeah. Do you want to raise your kids in the faith? You want them to become saints? I'm like, yeah. He's like, if you go to a job interview, right, and you show up in pajamas, are they going to hire you? And I was like, no. And he's like, so you think a good man with holy values, who's virtuous, is gonna look at you in those pictures and think you're a holy woman? Like, you think you're gonna qualify for the job? And I'm like, no. And I was like, oh, you're right. Y así. Pero no, o sea, fue una regañada que así yo no era regañada. Era como, a lot of people had told me before, and I would just tell people, oh, pray for me. The typical, just pray for me. But I needed to hear it that way. And I'm telling you this.
That was the prayers.
Those were the prayers that were answered, because that changed my view. Yeah. Kind of like with Father Cadet. Because sometimes you need to hear it in a certain way, a certain manner, and God will send you that.
And it clicks.
And I'm like, dang. And then I threw out all my clothes. There's something about grabbing all your secular clothes, throwing it away. And that way, that's like when you're forced to wear new clothes. You're forced to buy new modest clothes. Now I throw away everything that wasn't modest, because yo era, friend, you would be so embarrassed to me. You'd be like,
no, yo también.
Yo iba así horrible donde ustedes me vieran. No. It was like, I don't know if we can say it was like OF walking the streets, like type stuff, like bad.
No, yo también.
Tú también. So how do you encourage modesty right now to the young Gen Z girl, 12-year-old watching us?
Yeah. I think one, understand the importance of it and why it matters. Because I feel like for a long time, maybe when you're in, and we're not discouraging anyone in your journey. Like, that's good that you're on this journey and you're trying to pursue holiness, pursue chastity, and pursue virtue. And maybe modesty is a touchy subject. Or maybe it's hard because it hurts. It hurts being told you need to dress a certain way. And we're not here to say, like, people have the wrong idea. Modesty is not oppression. Modesty is not oppression. Modesty is the opposite. It's freedom. Like, you don't have to worry about anything hanging out, falling out, like, que nada se te vea. Like, you don't have to worry about anything. It's freedom. But understanding the importance of it, of why, and understanding that, again, it's not to be controlling. It's not because to, treat you like an object or something, or like we can tell you what to do, but because there's importance and there's virtue in modesty. Again, not just your clothes, yes, your clothes, but also in your temperance. But modesty in your clothes, meaning that it's the way you dress says something about you. Whether you want to realize it or not, it does say something about you. If you go to, like you said, if you go to a job interview in pajamas, that says something about you. That says you are probably lazy. That says that you don't care. There's a lot of things that are being said through your clothes. And I fell for a lot. And I'm not judging anyone, guys. Like, if you guys knew me like 3 years ago, this is still an ongoing journey. I am not, like, who am I to, like, at some times I'm like, who am I to like say these things? But I am encouraging you guys, because en verdad, I feel like real friends around me telling me, you shouldn't be doing this. You shouldn't be, because guys, I used to be in music videos with rappers. I used wearing skimpy clothes, wearing lingerie at the club, because I used to work bottle service. No one around me was telling me, you shouldn't do these things. You shouldn't do these things. You shouldn't wear those things. And now I'm coming at this as like a big sister to anyone watching. I'm coming with this topic with humility, because I've been there before, but also as a big sister that I feel like I didn't have telling me, you shouldn't be doing those things. These things are going to hurt you later on. These things are going to offend your husband later on. These things are not going to attract the right man. These things are not going to attract the person that God has willed for your life, or whatever he has in your life. But the way that you dress, attract certain type of attention. And again, the world that we live in, it's just hypersexualized. The world that we live in, unfortunately, that's the way it is. And because of that, we need to pursue chastity and pursue modesty to protect our brothers in Christ, to protect women in Christ, so that we can grow in virtue and not have anyone like lust over us. And we're not saying like, I think a lot of people also say, oh, well, that's their fault. They need to control themselves. But that's not true. We have the not the right. We have the duty to protect other people,
brothers in Christ, because it's also contributing to your virtue of charity. Do you have true charity for your brother in Christ? Do you want to say, well, they have control over it? Do you know how hard it is to remain chaste right now when there's billboards, there's ads everywhere of women being half naked? Do you know how many men struggle with trying to get rid of their pornography addiction?
And it's normal. Ahora esas cosas son normales. You're exposed to it at a young age, and these things are normal.
Exactly. And so to help our brothers in Christ, why there's people who go to mass. I mean, I was being immodest in mass too, but not that like, because I've seen girls like this last Sunday I had to go to No Sorry, right? And I saw a girl go receive communion, and she had her back all exposed. I'm not kidding. Like she had like rips like on her shirt, like toda su espalda se le miraba todo, y así fue a recibir la comunión. And it's sad because it's like men where they think that they can find some sort of modesty, some relief for them to be chaste. No tienen. They can't. A man can't even go to a church and feel like he's protected, because we're now going to the church being immodest. We're being uncharitable. We're not thinking of others. We're just thinking of ourselves. What is kind of like what Fran said about too, like about the gym. Yeah, we want to wear something quick and easy for the gym, something so you're not so sweaty or whatever. But it's only thinking of ourselves. We're never thinking about others. Even when I would go for a run, like around my house, I used to go with my friend, but we used to wear sweaters. But I would say to myself, right, like, even better, like I'm losing more calories.
Yeah,
okay?
You're burning more, sweating more.
Even better, like, because that is a sacrifice too, because it's true charity. Charity is sacrifice. It's all of that. So I'm trying to be charitable to my neighbors. But I think another thing for me too is like a temptation, because I do have temptations of like, for me, I had to unfollow some girls that were immodest because it makes you want to be immodest.
Me too.
So I had to unfollow seeing that.
And it's a lot of OG girls that I feel like OG like YouTubers that I feel like I've had to unfollow, and it's painful. It's like a breakup almost. Like
and then also like stop liking immodest. If your friend is posting an immodest picture, you're contributing and enabling her, or commenting like, "Oh, you look good." You're enabling that behavior. We're not helping. So I also, what I'm trying to do now is not like things like that either. No. Like if I know a girl's even if she's like a famous YouTuber and like, what does my like help or not? Like, I'm just not gonna like it. Yeah. You know, I don't want to contribute it. And right now, you guys if you guys are liking your friend's bikini picture, and like then you're there's guys that follow you on your algorithm. It shows what you're liking. So like you're not helping your brothers in Christ. So that as well, right? Like when you have your friends, like you said, nobody was there to guide us. Nobody was there to help us. But we used to do our own research, and now we know better. So now we're obligated to do better. Yeah. So for me, it's just that like, okay, now we're obligated to do right.
And that's the place we're coming from. We're not coming from like, oh, we think we're better or no, but we understand now the importance. And look at the lives we used to live. Like, we're no one to be like, oh, we're better than this. Guys, we were, I don't know about you. I was like one of the worst of the worst. Like one of the worst of the worst. And now that we've found modesty, we found freedom in modesty and true virtue in modesty. And again, I hate to like be like, oh, like, I don't know. I feel like there's some people where it's like, oh, I'm modest and I'm better than you. No, it's not like that at all. But we have to be charitable too. Like even, yes, not just men, because it's not all just about men, but also just us women, like feel prettier. Like we look prettier, right?
Yes, you get more compliments, I promise, when you're modest. Yeah. And she's like, I don't know about you, girl. I am I'm the gum on the bottom of St. Teresa of Avila shoe. What are you talking about? No, not it's that, but I was going to say something else. Se me fue. Era algo bueno.
I'm sorry, Julie.
No, es que lo tenía. It's okay. Keep going. It'll come back.
You were talking about...
What is it? I was talking about... also because a lot of girls are like, I think we use that excuse a lot as girls. It's my own conviction. It's like my own conviction with modesty. And I know some girls that they're Catholic, but they just don't want to hear it. Or like they don't even want to entertain the modesty conversation because they think we're extremes. Like, this is extreme. You know, Padre Pio would smack us silly if he saw us walk into he wouldn't even confess us. Yeah. Not even with these shirts because...
I know, he would say like, well, down to here.
I can see your arms, but... That's not extreme. And if you think it's extreme, God went to the extreme for us on the cross. Why aren't we going to go to the extremes for him if you think that's extreme? But it requires sacrifice, friends. I really do encourage any young lady out there, don't fall for those types of, it's not my own conviction. Don't make excuses for yourself. Start now. Throw out your clothes. If you have clothes still, throw out your clothes. Force yourself to buy a whole new wardrobe. Do what you need to do in order to make that sacrifice happen. And offer it up for the holy souls in purgatory. Offer it up for your past life sins of immodesty. If you were immodest like us. And like Fran said, it's not because we're telling you guys this because, my dad me dice, ay, tú tiras veneno toda la semana y aquí estás hasta en la línea de confesión tiras veneno. ¿Quién te viera? Y para confesarte al fin de la semana. ¿Quién te viera? Like, you know, las chicas del velo in the first pew, si supieran. It's not because we're perfect. It's really because we're imperfect. And we've gone through that and we've struggled with that and we have so much guilt and shame for that now. Although, we confessed it, we still have to make reparations for it. Yeah. So if you haven't had that experience, then we don't want you girls to, you know, help brothers stumble or anything like that. We don't want you guys to live what we have lived. That's why we are encouraging modesty. It's not... Because like, oh yeah, you know. Yeah.
Or like falling for like, you can make money off of it. That's literally how I started. You can make money off of you're selling your body. Like not even like
nudes, but
yeah, like nudes, but now you don't even have to do it like physically in person. You can just do it online,
even on Instagram, just on a bikini. And a bikini is not an excuse to be immodest. Okay, not the gym. If the gym is making you go that crazy, then stop going to the gym, go to a park and go run and go do something. That's what I did. I made my garage into like my little mini gym because I'm the same like Fran. Like if I was going to the gym, I would be so tempted with my immodesty. Like I would want to dress like the other girls, you know, or I would want to buy an outfit.
It's hard
just to get validation and looks. That's why I don't go to the gym, like a real gym, but I try to work out. We have to work out too. And I think also what you said, because of the gym, like we're not going to be immodest because our gym outfits. We're not going to be immodest because of the beach or like the bikini or like an event, right? Like say you have an event and like, oh, everyone's going to dress. That's not an excuse. We're called to live in this world, but we're called to be out of the world. ¿Cómo es? Ustedes saben el dicho.
We're in the world,
but not of it, okay? O sea, compórtate y tú lo sabes, okay? Eres hija de Dios, eres una reina, compórtate, una princesa, compórtate.
What I started doing too, like to help me with my gym outfits is like, obviously I wouldn't go now, I wouldn't walk into mass with like gym clothes on, but if I like, let's say for some reason, like there was an emergency and I had to walk into church with gym clothes on, is the outfit that I'm wearing to the gym right now, would I feel comfortable walking into church like that?
That's such a good...
So that's literally my like thought process when I go dressed to the gym. If I had to go to mass dressed like this, would I feel comfortable walking into mass like this? Is this appropriate for me to wear inside mass?
And can we cover this really quickly before I forget? Immodesty with bridal dresses, quinceañera dresses.
Oh yeah, I got a lot of hate for that.
Or bridesmaid dresses. I posted a picture of modesty, like, and some of these parts were not even like on modesty itself, but there's a sub virtue, which is decorum. And I was like, you should, if you go to mass, you should try to wear closed heeled shoes. Like you're not sinning, right? But it's like, it's decorum. Like it's not very appropriate for mass. Se atacaron la gente. Like, oh, you're so extreme. But it's like, it's not like, you don't have to wear that, but it's like, you want to be feminine, but you also want to be meeting that decorum virtue, you know, like all these virtues, you want to try and maintain them all together. And let me tell you, if you're covered up, kind of like that Kim Kardashian, I think she was at the Met Gala and she was all covered up.
Oh, like in the black?
Yeah, in the black. But her silhouette, she's like, oh, people talk about me whether I'm nude or not. But it's like your silhouette is also immodest. Like you cannot be, nothing should be form-fitting of like they can see the outline of something. And also you're going to mass.
Exactly. And also, be mindful of the way you're going out to mass. And also, and also it is unfortunate too. Like if you have a more, I don't even want to say feminine, but if you have a more curvy figure, you have to be even more careful because that just looks more, not sexual, I guess, more sexual. It just looks more provocative, right? And I'm a little bit more on the curvy, like I have big legs. So I have to be more careful with the way that I dress, right? So
like being mindful when you're shopping.
Yeah, it looks different on different girls, and that's also something to keep in mind too. And there's nothing bad, but that's just how things are. I'll tell you this quick story. I remember this is how honestly what really like kickstarted like I need to take care of like be careful of what I'm wearing, because I used to think like as long as I'm covered up, like the tightness doesn't really matter, but as long as I'm covered up, I'm good. So I remember it was like literally in like March of this year, I was wearing like these white like slack pants, but they were very tight. And it was a Sunday. We were at an event and I was like, Emmanuel, it's Sunday, like we need to go to mass. So we left the event, we went to mass, and I'm in the same outfit. I'm wearing very tight white pants, like there's like dress pants, but there's slacks, but they're just very tight, whatever. So Emmanuel and I are at mass and we're praying like in front of the tabernacle, and there was this like lady behind us and she taps me on the shoulder and she's like, hey, like come here. And I was like, okay. So I'm like, what is she gonna tell me? And she's like, your pants are way too tight. Like, dude, like I'm not gonna lie, she was kind of mean. Yeah, she was mean and I was crying, guys. And she was like, your pants are way too tight. There's no way you're wearing that to mass. Like, you need to be aware of like the other men that are here. Like, if you cause other men to stumble, like that is on you. She's like, Our Lady Fatima said that, like, I don't know what exactly she told me, but I didn't say anything. I was literally me quedé ahí como un perro, like, oh my gosh, like, what is she saying? And like, I'm crying. I was pissed, guys. I'm not even gonna lie. I was pissed. I'm over here like saying in my head, like, calling her names, like saying things that I'm going to say back because I was so upset that she called me out. And she was very stern. Yeah. She was very stern with me. But at the end, she was like, how can I pray for you guys? How can I pray for you? I'm telling you this because I love you and I don't want you to come dressed like that at mass. Maybe you don't know, but she was like, how can I pray for you? And I love you. Like she told me that at the end. So it was like it was stern and I was crying.
Bittersweet.
Yes. Yeah. But she made like, I'm never going to forget that lady. And I think that lady, algunas veces, like, we need that regañada. And I tell Emmanuel, this lady, like, she told me this. I'm crying and he's mad that I'm crying, that I'm upset. And now I look back at it and I'm like, I thank God that he did send me that lady because I needed to hear that. Now I can't even, like, I don't know what I was thinking. But again, this is just everyone's, and like you said, like, their own convictions. Like, I really did not know. Yeah. I thought that was okay. But it's because I didn't actually look into it and I didn't know. Someone didn't tell me just because it's tight doesn't mean that it's modest, or that just because you're covered doesn't mean that's okay, modest, right? So I'm thankful for that lady and I'm grateful that she told me that because now I'm like, oh, I can't believe I even wore those. I haven't worn those pants since. And I'm grateful for her. It was a motherly correction, but I needed it.
Yeah, you needed it at the time. And me too, friends, because if you're going to think about correcting somebody too, I think at the parish, do it with love, do it with humility, because I've never encountered that, thanks be to God, because I would probably act up on somebody. Like if somebody tried to correct me that. Like I froze. Ocúpese en su rezo, señora, no me esté viendo las piernas. But because the same thing, I think the way somebody approaches you, if you're going to approach me nice, then okay, I'll accept the correction because si fallo. But accept correction and learn how to correct, and also don't open your heart to what we're saying, because I think a lot of girls are going to se van a atacar. Like, it's your own conviction. It's your own. You're so extreme. O sea, de todo quieren hacer algo. O sea, tienen algo para todos ustedes. Tienen algo para todo. So try and do better. I think we should all try to be better. But I think...
Just as us too, because we're not perfect. Nosotros no somos perfectas.
And if you see us being immodest, correct us.
Call us out.
Oh, another thing before we end. For example, I just want to share this quick example. Like when girls post my old life before JC and then after my life now with God. But then they're posting like, now you're modest, but you're showing your immodest pictures. It kind of defeats the purpose. And I don't like that. I don't like that because it's like, what are you really, you're being prideful about your conversion or whatever, right? But you're boasting about your past life sins in a sense because you were immodest, but you're still being immodest till this day because you're resharing those pictures. Yeah. You're hurting the Lord all over again, sharing those pictures. You're not glorifying him. I guarantee you that. But
because then what happens at the beginning, maybe they don't even watch the whole video and they don't even see your conversion. Like they just see that and it's like, oh shoot.
Yeah, but it's like, why are you there's no other pictures that you have, no other videos without you being immodest. It's just, I don't know. I don't like that. I don't think that's appropriate, And I think as sisters in Christ, we're supposed to call you guys higher. And that's what I want to do with you guys is if you're thinking about posting a video like that, don't do it. There's other ways to show that God has converted you and you don't need to share immodesty all over again, Mm-hmm. So, I mean, that's that topic. And
no, we have we're done at. Well, actually, we can finish up. Just one more thought. You can cut this out. But any other subtopic?
Let me Modesty.
See. Oh, let's talk about. Okay, I'm gonna bring this up too. This is for men too. We're talking about women, but this applies to men. Mm-hmm. That man, at the gym, I say this because I'm a coach, and I see it everywhere. But this applies to men too. Yes, we're talking about women. We're women, and our audience is probably mostly women, but this applies to men too, okay? This applies to men. Think about why you're wearing the shirt that you are. Why are you wearing, are you wearing a tank top? Are you wearing, all these different things? It applies, obviously, it's more towards women because we're feminine, but this also applies to men too, and to men listening. This doesn't just, all right, this is just applies to women, but it also... For men, tu comportamiento como hombre, that's also modesty as well.
And I forgot to say, part of my immodesty too is you could be modest, but you're not applying the virtuous simplicity because I don't have that. I think I want to be modest, but I think about your wardrobe. We didn't cover that part. It's not just be modest. Modesty isn't just the flowery dresses. I hate flowery dresses. I hate it. It's not my style, not my thing. It may be your thing, but it's not my thing. But I think that was such a turnoff for me when I came to the faith. It's there's no pretty clothes. All of this is flowers. I don't like flowers. I don't want flowers on none of my dresses. Find your style. For me, my style was the Arab girls, the Arabian girls. They're
those
modest,
dresses are beautiful.
They wear abayas, scar. I love that. Pero también, sometimes I'm thinking it's a little bit too much because I have abayas and I've gone to mass that way with a lot of flashy jewelry on and flashy shoes on. But there's no simplicity in that because Father Ripperger talks about being having simplicity, and part of that modesty too is modesty isn't dyeing your hair blue, isn't having a bunch of jewelry on your face, belly button piercings or mouth piercings. That's also not modesty. We need to have simplicity, not dyeing your hair, not trying to stand out too much from the crowd. Yes, but you can have your own style, but do not try to stand out too much out of the crowd, it's kind of your pridefulness. So that was my only thing of find your style. For me, it was the Arab style, you could be aesthetic and nice and pretty and be modest at the same time. Modesty, the standard of modesty isn't the flowery dresses. So don't get discouraged if you're coming into the faith and you still haven't found your style, because that's not the size for all Latin mass,
Yeah. So you'll find it as you go, and there's cute outfits you can wear. Think about it too. Our Lady, she wore a different outfit every apparition. Every apparition, she had a different outfit, and she looked beautiful every time.
Somebody said, somebody told me, I forgot who, but somebody was when you dress, ask yourself, would Mother Mary wear that?
Yeah.
Or how would you feel if Mother Mary appeared to you and you're wearing that right now? Or the Lord appeared to you right now. Yeah. How would you feel? And it's would Mother Mary wear that?
Yeah.
Let's ask ourselves that question before we put it on.
Mm-hmm. Would she, if she came to you and asked to borrow something from your closet, is this something you would give to her for her to wear?
Exactly. That was the thing. Yeah. Would she wear this? Yeah. So let's start asking ourselves deeper questions and why we have the intention to do certain things. So let's go with that. And on that note, we end here, friends, and we will see you guys next time. Bye.